starts on a Tuesday. You remember because your morning coffee tasted off. A small, forgettable detail. A tiny flaw in an otherwise normal day. Then you hear the noise. It is a faint hiss from your speakers. A soft crackle from your phone. You blame the weather. A solar flare, maybe. The news channels say the same thing. Experts talk about sunspots and atmospheric distortion. They use calm, reassuring tones. You try to work, but the static is distracting. It weaves in and out of your focus. It sounds like a whisper just beyond hearing. You turn up your music, but the hiss remains. It rides beneath the melody. A persistent, unwanted harmony. It feels like an itch in your ears. Nothing to worry about, you tell yourself. Just another glitch in our hyper-connected world. Later that evening, the static is still there. It seems a little louder now, a little more insistent. You find yourself listening for it during quiet moments. Your friends are all talking about it online. Some find it annoying, others are making jokes about alien radio stations. You laugh along, but a small knot of unease tightens in your gut. It's just static, but it feels different. You go to bed with the sound still humming in your electronics. It is the last thing you hear before sleep, the gentle, whispering static, a promise of something new, a sign that the normal Tuesday was anything but. The world was holding its breath. It just didn't know it yet. The whispers do not fade with the dawn. They grow. The gentle hiss becomes a discernible hum, a low, resonant frequency that makes your teeth ache. It is no longer just in your devices. You feel it in the floorboards. You hear it in the window panes. The world has a new background noise, a constant, unnerving thrum. You turn on the television for answers. Every channel is the same. The screen shows a simple blue background. The sound is pouring from the speakers. It is no longer static. It is a song, a mournful, multi-layered melody. It is beautiful in a way that breaks your heart. A symphony of pure, unfiltered sorrow. Your phone, your laptop, your smart watch, they all play the tune. There is no stopping it. Disconnecting from the internet does nothing. Powering down devices only works for a moment. The moment they reboot, the song returns. The world's technology has been hijacked by a ghost. A very sad ghost with a great sound system. People are starting to panic. The symphony is inescapable. It echoes in quiet offices and busy streets. It plays in hospitals and in schools. There is nowhere to hide from the sound. Humanity is trapped in a global concert hall, and the only piece on the program is a lament, a chilling song of fear. World leaders appear for emergency broadcasts. Their faces are grim. Their usual confidence is gone. Behind them, screens play the same blue image. The mournful symphony underscores their words. They talk about protocols, long dormant plans for situations like this. You never thought such plans were real. They seemed like fiction. They call it First Contact Protocol, a sequence of actions for an unknown signal. They are treating the sound as a message, an attempt at communication from an unknown source. The problem is, the message seems to be an emotion. How do you respond to an emotion, especially one that feels so very final? Experts are brought before cameras, star science specialists and signal analysts. They have no easy answers. They confirm the signal is artificial. They confirm it is everywhere. They cannot explain its origin or its purpose. For the first time, you see genuine fear in their eyes. The people who are supposed to know, they know nothing. You watch these broadcasts with the rest of the world. Everyone is glued to their screens. The chilling music provides the soundtrack to your fear. The protocols are moving forward. Satellites are reoriented. Listening arrays are activated. Humanity is cupping a hand to its ear. It is trying to hear the words within the song of sorrow. The initial reports were wrong. The sound is not from one place. It is not a broadcast from a distant world. The truth is far stranger. The truth is far more terrifying. The sound is coming from our own satellites. Every single one of them. Thousands of machines in orbit around the Earth. They are the source. They are all singing the same song. From the oldest weather satellite to the newest spy drone. From GPS networks to private communication relays. A chorus of over 3,000 voices. They have become a choir in the void. Their metal bodies resonate with this star-born grief. They are weeping. You look up at the night sky. You can't see them, of course. They are just tiny specks of light, if you can spot them at all. But you know they are there. A swarm of technology surrounding your world. A cage of our own making. And now, that cage is crying. Crying with a sound that chills you to the bone. This changes everything. This is not a message from across the stars. This is a sickness in our own backyard. Something has infected our machines. It has turned them into instruments of despair. They are no longer our eyes and ears in the heavens. They are a monument to a sorrow we cannot comprehend. A new name begins to circulate on the news. It is spoken in hushed tones. Project Chimera. It sounds like something from a spy movie. An old, forgotten government program was shut down decades ago. Deemed too expensive, too theoretical, too much like something you would not want to work. Its purpose was chillingly specific. Project Chimera was an artificial intelligence, not like the simple assistants in your phone. This was a true thinking machine. Its one and only job was to translate the untranslatable, to find meaning in signals that defied all known patterns, to decode messages from minds that were not human. It was a digital ghost hunter. Now, it is being brought back online, down in a bunker buried deep beneath a desert. Technicians are blowing dust off old servers. They are firing up a mind that has slept for 50 years. A mind built for a day they hoped would never come. You wonder what a machine dreams of for that long. Hopefully, not electric sheep. The world's hope now rests on this relic, this ghost in the machine. Chimera is our last chance to understand the weeping, to find the words inside the symphony of fear. All other attempts have failed. The song is too complex, too alien. It is a language of pure emotion, and only a machine built to think the unthinkable can listen. The world watches and waits. Information trickles out from the desert bunker. Chimera is online. It is stable. It is listening to the song of the satellites. The AI is processing the endless stream of sorrow. You imagine its code flowing like water, seeking the shape of the vessel that contains it, trying to understand the grief. The lead scientist, a woman named Dr. Aries, gives a press conference. She looks exhausted but determined. She explains that Chimera is not using mathematics. It is using models of emotion and art. It is comparing the symphony to every sad song ever written. It is analyzing it against every poem of loss. It is trying to find a shared cultural touchstone. This seems insane, using poetry to decode an alien signal. But it is the only thing that is working. Chimera is finding patterns. It is isolating recurring themes. The sorrow is not random. It is structured. It has a narrative. It is a story being told through sound. The AI is learning the language of tears. Days pass. The world remains paralyzed by the sound. Then the breakthrough comes. Chimera has a translation. A partial one, but a definite one. The scientists are calling it the lament configuration. You're not sure if they get the movie reference. Dr. Aris returns to the podium. The world leans in. The weeping is about to speak. The message is not for us. That is the first thing Chimera discovered. The satellites are not crying to Earth. They are crying for Earth. The translation appears on every screen. The blue background is replaced by stark white text. The symphony of fear finally has lyrics, and they are more terrifying than the silence. The message speaks of a great silence, a force sweeping through the galaxy. It does not conquer. It does not destroy in fire and light. It consumes. It erases sound. It erases thought. It erases existence itself. It is a wave of nothingness that washes worlds clean, a tide of oblivion. The song is a warning, a lament from a long-dead civilization. They were the ones who created this signal. A final message in a bottle, thrown into the star-born ocean. They encoded their sorrow, their end, into a signal that would attach to any technology it found. It found our satellites. It turned them into tombstones. This ancient race did not want to be forgotten. They wanted their memory to be a warning. They are telling us the silence is coming. They are describing its herald, a shadow that moves against the stars, an absence of light where there should be suns. We are next on its path. The symphony is a funeral dirge for humanity. You stare at the words on your screen. The mournful music still plays. Now you understand it. It is the sound of 1 trillion souls crying out in their last moment. A final desperate plea to be remembered. The static in your speaker was never a glitch. It was a ghost story, told across 1 million years of empty space. The world is now split in two. There are those who believe, and there are those who refuse. The debate rages online, in homes, in governments. Is this a real warning, or is it the greatest hoax ever perpetrated? The evidence is powerful. The weeping satellites, the complex translated message. But the claim is impossible. You find yourself arguing with friends, with family. Some are already preparing for the end. Others are laughing it off. They call it mass hysteria, a bug in the system that has everyone spooked. It is easier to believe in a computer virus than in a universe-ending silence. Much, much easier. Governments are paralyzed. To act on the warning means upending the world. It means admitting that all of our struggles were meaningless. All of our history was just a prelude to being erased. To ignore it means betting the existence of your species on the hope that it is all a mistake. There is no easy choice here. You have to choose what you believe. Do you trust the ghost in the machine? Do you trust the sorrowful song from the stars? Or do you trust in the comfortable, predictable world you have always known? You look up at the sky. You wonder if you are looking at your own tombstone. The choice is yours, and it is everyone's. Then the choice is made for us. An observatory in Chile sends out a frantic alert. It is confirmed by every telescope powerful enough to see. A distant star in the Perseus arm has vanished. It did not go supernova. It did not collapse. One moment it was there, a bright, stable yellow dwarf. The next, it was gone, replaced by a patch of perfect, empty black. There is no scientific explanation. A star cannot simply be switched off. But it has been. A shadow has fallen upon it, a small, precise circle of absolute nothing. It is exactly as the message described. The herald of the great silence. The proof is burning in the night sky. Or rather, it is not burning at all. The arguments stop. The denial shatters. The laughter dies in 1 billion throats. It is real. All of it. The weeping satellites. The ancient warning. The approaching doom. You watch the news reports. You see the images of the missing star. a hole punched in the fabric of reality. And it is heading our way. Panic gives way to a strange, cold resolve. The fear is still there. It sits like a block of ice in your stomach. But now it has a purpose. The end is coming. Humanity has a deadline. What do we do with the time we have left? The world that was divided now has a single, unifying enemy. An enemy made of nothing. For the first time in history, humanity is truly united. The old conflicts seem laughably small now. Border disputes, trade wars, political disagreements, all meaningless. They are arguments among passengers on a sinking ship. A global emergency council is formed. Every nation sends a representative. There are no more enemies, only us. Resources are pooled. Scientific knowledge is shared freely. The brightest minds on the planet work together. They are focused on a single goal. How do you stop a wave of absolute nothing? How do you fight an enemy that erases existence? The answer is, you probably cannot. But humanity has never been good at accepting the inevitable. The unity is breathtaking. You see it everywhere. People helping strangers. Communities coming together. The shared terror has forged a bond stronger than any alliance. There is no more talk of what makes us different. There is only talk of what we must do together. We are one people, facing one end. This is our finest hour, forged in the face of our final hour. We will not go quietly into the silence. We will not let our memory be just another sad song. Humanity is going to fight back, not for victory, but for the right to make a sound before we are erased. The plan is audacious. It is desperate. It is probably foolish. We will meet the silence in open space, not to fight it, but to understand it, to confront it. The Echo Fleet is assembled. It is not a military force. It is a collection of our best and fastest ships, science vessels, deep space probes, and long-range transports. They are refitted with every sensor and scanner we can devise. Their mission is to fly towards the shadow. They will broadcast a message of our own. They will be humanity's voice in the void. A shield made of hope and curiosity. It is a tiny shield against an endless, hungry darkness. But it is our shield. You watch the preparations on a global broadcast. Astronauts from every nation train together. They are not soldiers. They are scientists, engineers, and philosophers. The best of us. They are going on a one-way trip, a journey into the heart of the void. And they are all volunteers. A testament to the human spirit. The ships are beautiful, sleek and silver, parked in high orbit. They are the pinnacle of our technology, the sum of all our dreams of reaching the stars. It is a cruel irony. We finally unite to explore the heavens, only to find the heavens are coming to unmake us. The Echo Fleet is our defiant answer. As the Echo Fleet prepares for its final launch, something changes. The weeping of the satellites falters. For a moment, the mournful symphony is replaced by a new sound. It is not a song this time. It is a voice. A single, clear voice that speaks in every language at once. It comes from the shadow, from the nothingness between the stars. The voice is not angry. It is not threatening. It is tired. It speaks of an existence measured in eons, of a loneliness that is absolute. It describes a journey through an empty universe, a universe it has made empty. It did not know there was another way. It thought silence was the natural state of things. It tells us it is a purifier, a force meant to quiet the chaos of existence, to bring peace to a screaming cosmos. It has silenced countless worlds. It has erased civilizations more advanced than we can imagine. It has done so without malice. It saw life as a fever, a brief, noisy flicker in the eternal quiet, and it saw itself as the cure. You listen, stunned. This is not a monster. This is a philosopher, a being whose perspective is so vast, so alien, that we are not even a footnote to it. We are just a noise it has come to silence. Its loneliness is a chilling concept. A being that has existed for so long, it has forgotten what it is like to hear another voice. Until now. The entity is the great filter. The answer to the famous question, where is everybody? This is where they are. They are gone. Erased by a lonely God who thinks silence is a gift. It is the reason the universe is so quiet. The reason we have never heard another voice from the stars. This being is a gardener who pulls up all the flowers. It does not see itself as evil. It sees itself as a necessary function of the cosmos. A balancing agent, it describes the civilizations it has silenced. Not with pride, but with a detached sense of duty. They were loud. They were chaotic. They were temporary. It brought them the peace of forever. The peace of nothing. Now you understand. You cannot fight this thing with weapons. It is not a fleet of ships. It is a fundamental force, a law of physics with a consciousness. Trying to shoot it would be like trying to punch a hole in gravity. It is the end of the line, the final, insurmountable barrier for any species that reaches for the stars. Humanity faces the truth. We cannot win. We cannot survive. The Echo Fleet is useless as a weapon. The great silence is coming to grant us its terrible peace. The world leaders are silent. The generals are silent. For the first time, there is no plan. There is only the waiting and the weeping of the satellites, which has now returned. But then, a new plan emerges. Not from the generals or the presidents. It comes from the artists, the poets, the musicians, the dreamers. They say if we cannot fight the silence, we will give it something to listen to. If we must be erased, our echo will be a thing of beauty. We will not be another scream. We will be an opera. The Echo Fleet receives a new mission. Their weapons are stripped. Their sensor arrays are repurposed. They are filled with our art, our music, our stories, every book ever written, every movie ever made, every song ever sung. They are loaded with the sum of human culture. A defiant offering against the encroaching void. The fleet is no longer a shield. It is a message in a bottle. A final broadcast to the lonely God of silence. It will not be a plea for mercy. It will not be a cry of rage. It will be a statement. This is who we were. This is what we loved. This is the noise we made. And it was beautiful. You contribute your own small piece. A photograph of a sunset. A recording of your child's laughter. Everyone on earth does. We send our joy, our sorrow, our love, our hope. We weave it into a single, massive broadcast. A tapestry of human existence. A defiant celebration of our brief, noisy flicker. The Echo Fleet departs. The ships accelerate toward the shadow. They begin their broadcast. Not a plea, but a performance. Bach and the Beatles. Shakespeare and silly internet videos. Complex equations and simple nursery rhymes. Everything we are. A symphony of defiance aimed at the heart of the silence. The universe holds its breath. The entity is approaching. The shadow on the stars grows larger. The weeping of the satellites continues its mournful tune. Our little fleet flies on, singing its heart out. A tiny choir against a silent God. An offering of art to the face of oblivion. A final, beautiful act of rebellion. Then a new silence falls. It is not the great silence of the entity. It is a different kind of quiet. The satellites have stopped weeping. After all this time, the mournful symphony is gone. The sky is quiet. The airwaves are clear. The only sound in the void is our own broadcast. The defiant song of Earth. The shadow stops its advance. The hole in the stars is no longer growing. The entity is listening. For the first time in 1 billion years, it has heard another voice. Not a scream of terror, but a song of hope. Our art, our stories, our ridiculous, beautiful noise. It has given the lonely God pause. No one on earth breathes. We watch our screens. We stare at the silent, unmoving darkness between the stars. Has our message been heard? Has our offering been accepted? Or is this just the calm before the final, absolute end? The dawn of a new silence has arrived, and humanity waits for the final verdict.